Quick shout out to my patrons. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, y'all, it's Kay from the Literary Apothecary, and welcome back to another episode of Books My Boyfriend Gave Me. Today we're going to be talking about Prince Caspian, which is book number 4, both in pub order and chronological order, in the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. In Prince Caspian, we have Prince Caspian who's on a journey to discover his true identity and purpose when he's given Susan's magical horn. Now, if you remember, Susan was part of the 4 kids that became the kings and queen of Narnia back in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And she has this magical horn that now Prince Caspian has it, and in an attempt to defend Narnia, Caspian summons Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy back to Narnia. Now, these 4 are a little bit more grown up than we saw them in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Not complete adults yet, but getting on their way. They're going through adolescence and puberty, and we see them in a different light than we saw them in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. It, I think, is maybe my favorite book in the series so far. It caught me so unaware. It made me cry, it made me laugh, it made me smile. I just absolutely loved everything about this book. So some of the things that I loved our characters returning. Peter, Susan, Edmund, Lucy are all returning, but at different ages than we saw them before. And it's nostalgic to see them return, but also new because they're older and so they're different. There's this theme of, imagination not being as it is as you get older. Spoiler here, I will mark this in the timestamps, and I'll raise my hand when I'm done with spoilers, but at one point in this book, Lucy is the only one that can see Aslan, and it's hinted at that maybe it's because the others are older. Lucy is the youngest, and so maybe she still has that Narnia imagination where the others are older and they've gone through more things than Lucy has, and so they don't have that imagination anymore. They don't believe in it as much anymore. But as they spend more time in Narnia and go through more Narnia experiences, they start to believe in it more, and Edmund and then Susan and Peter slowly start to see Aslan as Lucy sees him again, and we all get back together. Spoiler done. That was just a quick spoiler, not really of everything that happens in the book, but just one note. I really enjoyed that moment of seeing that realization happen again. The setting, of course, Narnia. Who doesn't love Narnia? Narnia is amazing, and I love every time we return to Narnia. And just the storyline in general of Prince Caspian trying to find his way in the world, and our 4 lovely characters helping him find his way while at the same time defending Narnia. And I won't give away any more spoilers because you guys need to read this book, but at the end, there was a moment at the end that just brought tears to my eyes and gave me goosebumps, and I'm getting goosebumps again just thinking about it. It's just such a beautifully written book. So what didn't work for me? So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, and I enjoyed so much of it. I guess the one thing that was a little bit hard for me was to keep track of the characters and where their stories were going at times, because there's so much involved in this book. And this is aimed towards, middle grade, maybe YA. It doesn't go into as much depth as an adult book would. So at times it was a little bit hard to keep track of who was doing what and where and when. But overall, I absolutely loved Prince Caspian by C.S. Lewis. 5 out of 5 stars. I can't wait to move on to the next book. and see where this story takes us. Each book is a different story on its own. I feel like each book could be read as a standalone if you wanted to, but returning back to Narnia every time is just amazing. So if you've read Prince Caspian or the entire Narnia series, as always, let me know in the comments below. What was your favorite book in the series? As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.